JD, what'd you make of today? Obviously, it was close and got away from you guys.
It was close. I thought offensively it was very similar to Thursday night, especially with our left-handed hitters. Just our aggressiveness got the best of us, and got to, decent hitters counts and just trying to do a little too much with fastballs. Like I had some run and sink to it. We just kept pulling off the ball and not committing to the game plan and driving the ball the other way, which was our plan going in, and we just didn't stick to it.
Just staying with the hitters in particular, those bottom guys at the end of the order. Jay got an opportunity recently, but you're trying to get guys off the bench. I mean, how much do you kind of need something out of that bottom half?
Well, I mean, you need something out of all 9 guys in the lineup, regardless of who it is. With those guys, we are getting something out of them because defensively they've been very, very good for us defensively, offensively. Obviously, they got to get on base. We're not asking them to hit 400 or drive in, 80 runs or drive the ball to the ballpark. It's just get on base for those guys behind them. So, I think they had some opportunities today. They just didn't take advantage of it.
The bullpen had been in a good stretch for a while. The guys you relied on today, what would you see the whole group just kind of?
Something that's uncharacteristic of our staff. We walk 7 guys and we hit 3. You give 10 free passes. That's not going to work. Especially day games here at the light, man. The ball flies out of the ballpark, so you can't give free passes and give up. I think 3 home runs we gave up today. I believe. That's a recipe for a disaster, which what today was.
Tate, just kind of what you see from him. Couple seemed shaky early, and then kind of get some zeros.
Yeah, he didn't look comfortable from the get-go. For whatever reason, right off the bat, let the leadoff guy on a 1-2 count, and hits him with a changeup, and then just put some picks on. He didn't miss some picks and walk some guys, fell behind guys, and just didn't really look comfortable until about that 3rd, 4th, 5th inning. We tried to squeeze really one more hitter out of him, and the catcher got him there, and the rest didn't get any better after that.
What was your message to the team after the game?
Disappointing game, disappointing loss, but it's it's another loss. It doesn't mean anything more than the first one of the season or Thursday night or any loss we've had all year. So it's another loss, and now our regular season's over. We move on to the postseason, and it fits right into what our model's been all year: 0-0 and win today. Postseason about winning one game at a time and not holding anything back. Whatever it takes to win that game, we win it, and we figure out the next one the next day.
I haven't had a chance to really even talk to you about it, but just a single elimination format, what do you think of it? What do you think what challenges is it going to present your team and everybody?
The challenge for us, I think the hitters probably enjoy playing, having to play 5 games in a week. The bigger challenge is probably on the mound and how you use the bullpen, but everyone's going to be in the same situation as we are, or at least 8 teams are going to be in the same situation that we're in, as far as the bullpen's concerned, and having to possibly win 5 games to win the whole thing. So we'll see. I don't know until it's over how I feel about this single elimination thing.
What do you think of just ACC tournament in general? I know for years we've talked so much about regional play and that being a focus. I felt like Gino had kind of brought up that put more of an emphasis. Just where do you kind of stand on this? Essentially, the big picture is obviously something else.
I think that if you're the regular season champion, that should carry more weight than winning a tournament, than getting hot and winning a tournament. In the course of a 30-game, conference schedule, that should carry more weight than winning a tournament. But it's a chance to get everybody in one place. I'm sure financially it's an advantage. But unless we're playing for our lives, which we got to win some games, we got to continue to win. The NCAA tournament is the more important one.
For you, does the bullpen inconsistency concern you heading into postseason play?
As a coach, everything concerns you, right? I felt anytime you don't play well. I didn't think after Thursday night, I didn't think we were going to score another run all season. And then after last night, I feel great about the hitting and I feel great about everything after last night. And today, it's new worries, right? But every day it's something you're going to worry about. You're never comfortable. It's similar to I never understood this as a pitching coach, but I remember Coach Morris telling me you never go home happy as a head coach because in practice, because in inter squads either the pitching looked good or the hitting didn't, but you go home worried about one or the other. I was just concerned with the pitching back then, and now I understand what he says. So even in wins, you win games, there's always something that you see and find that you could improve on and get better on. That's our job as coaches. Is complacency cannot creep into your program, and always looking at ways of getting better. You get better, you get worse. You never stay the same. So you're always worried about something.
How do you lower the pressure of the top of the lineup? They've been relied upon so much to consistently bring in the offense, especially now you're going into the tournament. The amount of pressure on Cuvée to make sure that he's getting everything he needs to do, especially with Jake and Max. How do you allow that pressure to be, spread out evenly through the team if possible?
Pressure is something that it's what you put on yourself, right? I mean, I don't think if we had 9 great hitters, I don't think Cuvé's going to try any less or do anything like that. So I mean, as a hitter, any hitter, they want to go out there and get a hit every single time. If I had to guess, the bigger the situation, the more pressure is on you. They want that, So similar to pitching, right? I said last night how tough it is to pitch in a game when you're up, 12-1. You're still trying to put up zeros. You don't pitch any different as 1-0 or 12-0. So if we were hitting, 380 as a team, Cuvée and Ogden and some of those guys at the top are not going to try any less. You got guys in scoring position, they're going to do everything they can to drive those guys in. So, you would like to see, deeper lineup and then put more pressure on and be more taxing on opposing pitchers, but I don't think they would perform any different if our lineup looked different.
Cuvée, kind of asked him just these moments, postseason, guy like him, we talked about pressure. I mean, to have a guy like that, and he seems to handle it and excel in it.
It's the funnest part of the season. This is why we do what we do, right? I mean, the more that's on the line, the more fun there is. And you look at historically, and you put it in a baseball context, you look at Derek Jeter, which is probably known as one of the best clutch postseason players in history, and he's played, I want to say it's 161 postseason games, which is basically a regular season, the whole regular season. And his numbers across the board are almost identical, regular season to his postseason career numbers. So is he the best postseason player, or is he just consistently who he is in the postseason, and whether it's August or September or March or whatever it might be? He's just consistent. Now we go out and try to do more than we're able to do or been doing. That's when you get in trouble in the postseason. Just relax, have fun, enjoy the pressure. The pressure cannot be greater than the pleasure of being where we're at and where we're at in the season. It's the most fun there is.
As a player, though, all that easier said than done. How challenging is that for a player to get the most out of themselves in these moments?
Well, that's look. Whether it's a postseason or it's opening day, that's the toughest part of this game. It's a tough game, and when you try to do more than you have to, when you try to don't let the game come to you and then just react to the game, that's where you get in trouble. So whether it's postseason or not, it's always the same problem. Freshmen coming into college, they come out and play the way they play in the play that they are, they'll be fine. If they try to do more, throw harder as a pitcher, better breaking ball, be perfect with his pitches, he's not going to throw strikes, he's not going to be consistent, he's not going to be very effective as a freshman. So just got to be who you are and be the best version of you is all we're asking for, and those are the best teams.
How do you continue to get the consistency out of this team? Up and down throughout the season, you've had moments of great moments and then inconsistency here and there. How do you just try and relish and get to?
If I had that answer, man, we would be the exact same team every day, right? I mean, I don't know. It's I felt really good about pregame today, BP and everything in the first couple innings of the game, and then just something happened. Again, if I had the answer, I would never let it happen. We would never fail in life, right? It's just one of those things that just crept up on us, and it's tough. The pitcher, everyone feels what Tate was going through. And when he's not comfortable, nobody's really comfortable. There was no rhythm to the game. And then the bullpen came in, and it was a rough day for the bullpen. And those are usual signs that lead to what we saw offensively.
JD, you've spoken kind of all season about your confidence in this team, regardless of results, whatever it looked like either way. At this moment in time, again, I think yesterday you kind of said the same thing, just confident in this team. What gives you we've talked about their connectivity a lot, and maybe that's where it comes from, but just in general with what this team is, what it could potentially do in your mind, where's this all,
I mean, I can't preach something without living it, right? And I'm big on being neutral. As a player, as a pitcher, that's the way I was. I never showed any emotion, and I'm gonna be the same person last night as I was, today that was last night. I'm not happy about the loss, and obviously I'd rather win by 14 runs, or whatever we won by last night, but it's a win. A win's a win, a loss, and on to the next one. Learn from the losses and the wins, and move on to the next one and get prepared for the next one. So I genuinely live my life that way, and that's why it's easy for me to preach that and never go in a different direction with my guys.
What do you think?
One more question, two more questions.
Just a couple. Just what do you think the routine's going to be like? 9 a.m. start. It's obviously different.
I have no idea. I haven't played 9 a.m. games since I was 9 years old, I think. But look, it's going to be tough. It's going to be different. But we're playing a Cal team that is in California right now. They're flying cross country. I know they're flying tonight or Monday. And to them, it's going to be a 6 a.m. game. So we can't complain too much. It's both teams are playing at 9 a.m. man, and it's show and play no matter what time it is or what the weather is or where we're playing. And baseball's baseball, and you got to win 9 innings.
And just lastly, for
Last
me,
question.
I haven't seen Coyero for a while. Is everything okay with him? We're just going with other guys.
He's fine. He was in there. Had that last inning got extended a little bit more, but we got a lot of right-handers ahead of him. Right now at this point in the season, you're not going to get many opportunities, and we were winning some games there. That you're going to go, follow the script, and he's not part of the script right now.
And Derek and Todd, those are the ones we've talked about. Anyone else dealing with?
So they're going to see a doctor on Monday. We're hoping to get cleared. Whether they play right away, I doubt it. But they've both been. Derek's 1 day ahead of Todd. He swung the bat 3 days in a row. He looked really good on Thursday. Yesterday, today was a little bit sore, but swung the bat okay. Expected to be sore, so Todd will hit for the 3rd day in a row tomorrow. Derek brings a little bit more to the table. He can steal some bases, so we do got to make a decision on who we take. And having to play 5 games now, we got to take an extra arm if possible.
What is the number, if you could say?
30. The roster for the ACC tournament is 30, and it drops down to 27 for the NCAA tournament.
And then pitcher numbers wise, what do you think off the top, roughly?
Probably 14, 15 pitchers. I mean, I don't know. We're already. Everybody's going to throw 2 days in advance, right?